What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew. So, today this is Tuesday, and he and I with, as always, Joseph Huggins, a.k.a. Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 126. What the fuck is TEMU, Xi Jinping? Welcome, motherfuckers.
I had a feeling you'd take it there and make it something about Xi Jinping.
Seriously?
No. But it's not TEMU, it's TEMU. In the Super Bowl ads, everybody realized we've been saying it wrong this whole time, dude. It's not the right way to say it.
Well, I realized after I read that you put what the fuck is TEMU in the thing, I realized I didn't know what it was because I was like, isn't that like the emu that's like on the Liberty commercials, you know?
Oh yeah, the Limo,
isn't his
emo.
name like Timo the emo? Yeah,
Something
and I was like,
that. Limo, emu.
yeah,
which
and I was
is
like,
stupid as fuck.
Actually, the one where they said that he's gonna get hit by a piano. He's like, "Wait, you're replacing me?" It was like
that one's
that one's
Liberty
funny. He's like,
Bibbity.
he's like, oh, and then he goes over. He's like, oh, it's Timu, but he doesn't say. He says the wrong name.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what I thought. So as you were playing the intro music for the live stream, I just Googled Timu, and found out it was basically Amazon, but from China.
Yeah, it's like wish.com, but yeah, it's like the same thing. It's crazy, dude. Temu's
It's a marketplace.
Yeah, it's a third-party marketplace
Right.
that sells everything. Some of the shit there's good, some of it's garbage. But they had a bunch of Super Bowl ads.
Yeah, Amazon, right? Chinese Amazon? I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are they is TEMU, Lima Ding Dong, whatever the fuck the name is?
I'm not saying it's as big as Amazon.
Maybe it is. Maybe we don't even know.
No, because they have 10 cent, this company, and that's like what Elon's trying to do with X, make it like all like a super app, where it's like you do your banking, your social, all this shit,
yeah,
like, all in one app. And so they have that out in China called 10 cent is the company, and I think they have like they're kind of like Amazon.
Okay. Well, I mean,
there's what's the other company, the huge one, owned by Jack Ma, that really is like Amazon. What's it? And remember
was he at the White House?
No, they kidnapped him. No, this is a Chinese company. Alibaba.
Yeah, okay, Alibaba.
Yeah, that's Amazon.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Legit size and everything.
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah, Temu, start paying your boys.
Yeah, leave me some of that cash.
Yeah. Oh, American consumer.
Oh, don't you dare. Don't you even start that shit. Absolutely not.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Allegedly.
Jesus.
I was thinking the other day that American consumer would be a sick rap name.
Mm-hmm. American Consumer Records.
Yep.
AC Records.
That's right. Huh?
Make crack like this.
Make crack like this.
I love that song.
Y'all are into bitches and blunts. We into weed and money.
Yeah, dude, that's such a good song.
Masterpiece.
I mean, one of the worst lyricists of all time.
Seriously.
Chopping beats up like motherfucking spaghetti. Like what, bro? Like why are you chopping up your spaghetti? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like a Trump move, dude. He chops up his spaghetti.
Yeah, chill out. You eat spaghetti with a knife and a fork, and you chill. Or are you
for
8?
Sure.
Are you 8? You got your mama got cut up your spaghetti before you eat it because the noodle's too long, bro. You be slurping and getting sauce on your shirt, so you got to cut the noodles down. Is that what you telling me, Big P?
No, dude, it's because like he like clenches his teeth too much from the crack. And
I don't think he was doing crack.
He's got the grill.
He wasn't doing crack.
No, that's true because he abides by the 10 crack commandments.
Yeah, the crack commandments.
Don't get high on your own supply.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
for sure.
Can't fake the front.
No, you can't.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, some of those lyrics he has in some of those old school songs.
No, but
I
literally
listen to it when
today,
they're bad.
The Iron Ape and I were rolling, and I said, I was like, "You into bitches and blunts? I'm into weed and money." And then we were like saying, "I'm like you could have done that in reverse, and it would have been the same. You know, it's the same fucking thing. It's
Got
like
feeling
why is bitches and blunts worse than weed and money?
feeling kind of hungry. Your boy got the munchies, 'cause real weed smokers don't blow weed on empty stomachs. You heard me. Pass me the green. I need some weed with my Hennessy. Like that's
Pass me
the
the
green.
green, I
I
need
need
some
some.
weed with my
That
Hennessy.
song. That song is so good. If anybody,
So hey, so I was also talking about this. Uh, there was this gentleman who works at one of the houses that we, take care of the pool at.
yeah,
Uh, famous person. I'll just leave the name off. Uh, and I was talking to him today, and then I was talking to Iron Ape, and he was like, "Oh yeah," he was like out here, and he had like a bottle of liquor. He's like, "What's a drink?" He's like, "The black people like," and I was like, "Hennessy." He's like, "No, no, the other one," and I was like, "Hypnotic," and he's like, "No," and then I was like, "Cognac," and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, cognac." And then I was like, "Yeah, what is with?" So maybe you can, as the resident black person on the
maybe I
pod,
can explain why
explain
black
why
people like.
Hennessy and cognac, it's like
I mean, I can't
it's like
explain.
that's isn't
That's
that shit like a liqueur? Like, are you supposed to be drinking it straight?
no, yeah. I mean, you're supposed to be
That's how
drinking
you
it
get
out
that
of like.
sugar, dude. You're gonna lose
No,
that
it's
foot.
it's an old aged
But you agreed
liquor like
it's a black
Courvoisier,
yeah,
cognac. Those are like no,
black people drink,
you
right?
should black people drinks. No, those
Would
are
you not
drinks of
say
like
that
no. I mean, no, I'd say
much
that
like
there's
Sprite and grape soda, exclusively black people drink those beverages?
those are not exclusively black people drinks. That's
It, there's been
so
there hasn't been a
terrible.
white person in a Sprite commercial since 1991.
That's not true. I'm sure they had Jack Harlow in a Sprite commercial, and he's like, "Yeah,
Oh,
girl,
that's probably
you
true.
want the Sprite? Hey,
Okay,
girl, you want
that
the
is
Sprite?
that is the
Yeah, that's
exception that proves
happened.
the
Yeah,
fucking point because
or
Jack
something
Harlow
like
is a
that."
white rapper who
And
thinks
they're
he can
like,
play
"I'm gonna
basketball.
get a Sprite.
Right.
Got $4 in my pocket." They
Yeah.
had some shit like that.
Yeah, like the one white guy besides Mr. Goody Two Shoes that might have a G pass,
Yeah.
is on the Sprite. So that proves my point. They're targeting black people.
No, I mean,
Nobody since menthol cigarettes has targeted black people harder
no,
than
I mean,
Sprite.
no. I think that Sprite is just always attacked. There used to be a campaign where it was like the best athletes would be doing Sprite commercials.
And who are the best athletes?
And then
Who are the best athletes?
everybody realized that drinking Sprite and like playing
The best athletes are
basketball.
black people.
I
They
don't.
just happen to be.
I'm just saying that then in the mid '90s, it was like, all right, if I'm like running around playing basketball, I probably shouldn't be chugging
Yeah, exactly.
fucking Sprite. So they had to. So I think Sprite really doesn't advertise that much.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's like
Now
a huge portion of black guys who play pickup basketball
who bring a
have
Sprite,
have a Sprite probably because
bring one with them just in the bag.
yeah, you're like, I'm dehydrated. You're like, oh, here's my mega Sprite.
It's Sprite.
Probably like, it's Sprite like Code Red or whatever. No, maybe that's Mountain Dew, but whatever.
I mean, there's really only one Sprite.
I
They used
think
to have
that's
they used to have Sprite Remix.
Yeah,
They got
I
rid
get
of
it.
that.
Yeah,
Sprite
that's-
Remix was wild.
That
was
probably
like,
got banned.
that was
because
just like
it was
liquid
too targeting
sugar.
black people.
It
Yeah,
was just
exactly.
like liquid Skittles. Like it was just made for.
Okay, so back to the cognac and the Hennessy.
Well, what I'm saying
Don't
is
deny
those are
that
those are
preferred
old,
by the black community.
Those are old. I mean, not necessarily, but I mean, you're not mostly. They're not.
It's
cheap.
not like I'm coming out of nowhere by saying that.
They're not cheap. So I mean, if you're drinking,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that that's why black people drink.
so
it,
it's like
'cause
bougie.
cheap.
It's bougie.
No, I understand what it is.
Yeah.
Bougie and black.
But I don't know the whole mythos.
There's not like
besides.
white dudes rolling around drinking Hennessy.
But it's
straight
not like
up.
but it's not like Hennessy was created by a black guy. So it's
Right.
not. So it's like it's something.
I mean,
that's
we don't know
existed
that. We don't
for
know
a
that.
long. Do you want me to pull it up? I'll pull it up right now.
Because like rum was for sure, because it was it's from the islands. And I feel like cognac is like a spin-off of rum.
Richard Hennessy, Irish,
Oh, shout out.
1724 to 1800, was an Irish military officer and businessman, best known for founding the Hennessy Cognac dynasty, which is today a luxury
See?
brand and
what
one
I
of the
said
most
earlier.
prominent in the world. No, what I'm saying is like it's been around
Hennessy is
for.
cognac. Hennessy is cognac.
Yeah, it's a brand of cognac. Cognac.
Yeah, okay, that's what I
Cognac
said
is a
earlier.
long aged, basically super fancy liqueur, and it's strong as shit. So I mean, if you want to get fucked up and you drink some cognac, you're gonna get wasted. Most people who drink cognacs and drink something like Remy, if they're not looking to get something like that, obviously those brands, especially Remy. I don't know how Hennessy became exclusively a black thing. I don't know how, because it was started.
Oh,
Like
I just meant cognac in general because you're right.
no,
Remy Ma.
but cognac is definitely something that wealthy people drink. It's a status thing. So if I'm drinking cognac and I'm drinking something,
Who's drinking cognac straight up though, other than black people?
well, I mean,
Isn't cognac like
I would
mixed with something?
highly advise. No, not necessarily. You normally drink it, but you wouldn't be doing shots of it. You'd be drinking it out of a
Sipping
snifter.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
like basically, you could make a case that
So white
hold
people
on,
drink
hold on.
brandy.
Hennessy would be like the doers of Scotch, where like no one's just chugging doers like that. You're not getting a good.
You're taking shots of doors.
You can, but what I'm saying is,
There was this Irish bar that I went to, and they would give you a shot of
But if you're
Doors and a Coors for like $5.
but if you're getting like a Doers whiskey malt blend, that's like the cheapest version of, rather than getting like, oh, I want a Macallan,
Oh,
right? So like Louis the 14th is what? A cognac. It's not like a whiskey. It's a cognac.
I almost bought a bottle of Macallan for $18,000.
What year? How long?
I don't know.
That had to
No,
be.
I don't know. No, this all right. Calabasas Liquor is a real store, and this is, and you know, because I'm always hanging out with the Iron Ape, and he was living in Calabasas for a while, so we would go hang out in the parking lot pimping, and just hang out in the parking lot at Calabasas Liquor,
Yeah.
roll dice, whatever we're doing, and but he told me, he was like, dude, there was a guy that almost bought that bottle of Macallan, and I was like, and what happened? He's like, he just didn't buy it. I'm like, what? I was like, you can almost buy an expensive bottle.
Those are really expensive to even think about it. But I mean, because like,
but like
25. I don't know, like that would have to be a wild ass year. That would have to be like a 50 year,
I know,
75 year.
but like just almost buying it. Now you're a legend.
Well, no, I'm not saying that.
No, I know. So that's why I say I almost bought it, because like you don't have to actually do anything. The video is frozen on my end.
No, you just froze. You there? Hello? Did we lose him? I think we did. Please wait while we deal with technical difficulties. Well, currently Andy
Recording stopped.
lost his internet, and he's on a reboot. So we will be right back. He shall be back. Listen to the jazzy beats.
Recording in progress.
And we're back. My computer overheated. As soon as it turned back on, I put this back on, so hopefully it doesn't do that again. But I'm not sure where the recording of the audio stopped because the video had frozen, but I could still hear you for a while. But anyways, Joseph's trying to say that
Why, if you look it up, people also ask, where does Hennessy originate from? Who owns it? What rapper made Hennessy famous? First question. 1992, the rapper Tupac had an entire song dedicated entitled Hennessy.
true, big facts.
Even this summer, Drake's hit "One Dance" mentioned the power Hennessy has on him.
See, you know what I'm saying? There's no Hennessy doesn't have power on any white guy. I know.
What
Maybe
made
an
Hennessy
Irish guy.
famous? Hennessy has been a cultural reference point in hip hop, representing both luxury and success, while also being enjoyed by black consumers on their own terms.
Told you.
Hennessy has a history of association with the civil rights movement, which may make it appealing to hip hop artists who are interested in social justice.
I doubt that. I think it's more Tupac mentioned it once and then it took off.
What
it just
race
spiraled.
drinks the most Hennessy? Jesus, who's writing these responses?
No, hold on. Is there a poll?
No, it's just what race drinks the most Hennessy? Question mark. This is stuff that people also ask. This is the top answer.
Okay. Well, what's the answer?
What race drinks the most Hennessy? Like all black people drink like all black people drink Hennessy the most. Oh, this is maybe the question. But I don't know of anybody having any big stock in it. Said Jasmine Daly, co-owner of Halftime Sports Bar, a black-owned establishment in Oakland, California.
Jasmine, when she said all black people
When
drink Hennessy
came out, a lot of people were supporting it because of Jay-Z. Sorry, it's like all black people drink Hennessy the most. That's start that blurb off. Why is Hennessy popular in the black community? The French actually kind of old dude.
That's why I'm not coming out here feeling like a little bit weird saying it's black people are into it because this is a known fact.
This should just be a whole thing. Like ask Google. This should be a whole bit. Ask Google like borderline racist questions and see what it says. Why is Hennessy popular in the black community?
I mean,
bro,
technically it's racist
bro.
about race.
This is from March 10th. I'm tearing up. Oh, bro, this is from March 10th, 2023.
That's my sobriety date.
The French
I got sober.
The French actually kind of liked black folk, and French citizens showed their thanks by gifting African American soldiers bottles of Hennessy on their trips back home. So black soldiers came home with fancy French cognac in tow, and regaled their friends and family with stories of the nice French folk while they sipped with it. To start the answer out with, the French actually kind of liked black folk. Black folk is one word, be capitalized. That is a proper noun. It is a proper noun. I mean, it is. I mean, it's.
I guarantee you, white folk is a word too. That being said, so what we're saying
it's
here
that
is
actually kind of like
the French gave black soldiers cognac after they rescued them from the Nazis. They brought it back, gave it, and their kids saw that. Their kids were the ones who came up in the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
And so it went from the French to black World War II veterans to the civil rights movement to Tupac to Jay-Z to Drake.
Why is white Hennessy so popular? That's very true. It has a slightly sweet taste and a clean finish, no harsh or bitter notes because it's not aged in oak barrels. It does not have the same depth of flavor as traditional cognacs, but its unique taste and versatility make it a popular choice for mixing in cocktails, which is actually true. White Hennessy is really good, but it doesn't. It's not. Yeah.
But it doesn't have that deep flavor. And
It ain't
rhythm.
got the ain't got
It
that
ain't got that
zest.
rhythm.
Ain't got that. It got the rhythm, but it just don't got the rhyme. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got the rhyme, but sometimes the rhythm. I'm challenged.
Oh, okay, that's fair. But yeah, any other racist questions you want me to ask Google?
No, I asked you. You're the black Google.
That
Google.
I didn't know
Google.
I spoke for.
Like that sounds like a racist.
Bro, that's
Yeah,
extremely racist.
Very close.
What is that? A search engine on Black Twitter? Like that's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, 'cause it's so close to that one of the worst ones.
I never know. I mean, I'm on Twitter and I'm black. I never know when I'm actually in Black Twitter. Like when am I in it? Like when
You
do
are,
I,
you are black.
am I a
You're
part of it? I'm
Yeah,
a part.
100% old man Huggy.
I guess I'm a part of.
With your meme connoisseurness.
I guess I mean, I don't post it into, but yeah, I guess
You're an integral part of Black Twitter.
Okay, it's good to know.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure. I didn't know if I had to show up, if I was always there.
The first time, so I heard about NBA Twitter before I heard of the term Black Twitter, and this was a long time ago, when Twitter, was early on, and I had the sound. what is that? Is that like a subsection that you click on where it's like the NBA on Twitter,
Yeah.
and it's just NBA reporters, NBA players talking about the NBA is NBA Twitter. It's not like an official. It's not an official group. It's.
I don't know.
It's not like a subreddit. It would be the equivalent of a subreddit if it was Reddit, but
Black subreddit. That
Yeah.
sounds wild.
But Black Twitter is just. It's the black culture on Twitter.
Okay, that's fair. Just curious. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, which is kind of like Antifa, except for I am the head of Antifa. So just let everybody out there know.
Well, okay, good to know. Way to
Yeah.
put yourself out there.
I used to tell that to my roommate in Santa Monica 'cause he was like a hardcore conservative, and he legitimately was like, don't fucking say that. Like he was worried about me saying I was the head of Antifa. I'm like, dude, there is no head of Antifa. You know what Antifa stands for? Anti-fascist. As an American, we should all be anti-fascist. The Antifa is not like the Proud Boys or the Oath Keepers, where there's an actual organization. It's just people who are like, hey, go fuck yourself, you fascist.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the head of Antifa would want you to think.
Oh, that is true.
Send your hate mail to Old Man Huggie Productions.
Yeah, please. Send me your Antifa hate mail. I'll read
No,
it.
Talk Shit Media. Talk Shit Media is the official email address, except for I don't necessarily have the password on that one. I think the super producer does.
Okay.
But Schultz_Andy at yahoo.com. Personal email. Hit me up. Last name _Andy. Yahoo.
Come at
If you're
me.
out there.
If
You're out there in the United Arab Emirates. You want us to come and do a show live?
If you got hate mail for me, send it my way. If you got
oil money, send it our way.
yeah.
I'm looking at you, UAE.
If you want to join the mailing list, send me a letter.
Saudi.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we'll do some shows in Saudi.
Would you take $2 billion from
Yes. What are you talking about?
the Saudis?
The American government sells the Saudis billions of dollars.
But then you'd be
weapons,
like Kushner, bro.
the-
You'd be like Kushner. Would
Yeah.
you want to cush it up? You cushy like that, bro?
No, I wouldn't be cushy. But are you saying would I take $2 billion from the Saudis? Yes. The reason why it's a problem for Kushner is because he was a special advisor to the president of the United States and had an office in the White House.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's a problem. A president who stole classified documents and brought him back to his beach club in Florida. And then after he was president, and then Kushner got the $2 billion after the presidency.
And then hosted Saudis on the property while those stolen documents were present.
Under a chandelier next to somebody taking a shit.
next to Chris Christie taking a shit.
And when
That's why Chris Christie doesn't say that he's seen the documents, because he was down there and he just like
He ran out of toilet paper.
He like
He
blew
probably
up that
wiped his ass with some
bathroom.
classified
No,
shit.
he probably just blew up that bathroom, and everybody's been wondering like who blew up the bathroom at like the Arbor Day dinner at Mar-a-Lago like 2 years ago. And it was totally Christie, and he's like a culprit, so he can't say he saw the documents or he knows they exist, because if he does, then that'll be proof that Christie blew up the bathroom.
And he doesn't want to wear. He doesn't want to bear that shame because he's
You
been
know,
working on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He's gone to the hospital twice for overdose on Ozempic. I heard. No.
Jesus Christ.
But he did go to the hospital, almost died because Trump gave him COVID. That is real.
And then Herman Cain did die because he gave him
Trump
COVID.
gave him COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, the black pizza king of the world.
The Godfather of pizza.
It's true. It's true.
Hey, I'm on the Cain train. Shorties want my last name.
Herman
Get
Cain,
him on
dude.
the Cain train.
Herman Cain, bro. What a legend.
Yeah.
And that sucks because he went to that rally and got COVID at that rally.
Yep. Well, that's what happens when a black people goes to a Trump rally. You're probably gonna die.
Yeah. Oh, you're
unless you're the blacks for Trump.
Well, yeah, you're paid to be there.
Yeah,
you're on camera.
True.
You're like protected. There's
are
an eye.
are they paid, or they just like
there's
their EBT
there's
card?
eyes on you all the time. It's if you're a black guy at a Trump rally and you're off camera. Whenever they start yelling, they like try to pan and find you. That's what you need to be worried. The blacks for Trump guy, they're like dead center. Like they're like
always.
If somebody
always
pushed him, they'd be like, "Hey, somebody pushed our black guy."
Do you think that they pay him enough? The main one enough to for him to get his Jerry curl every time clean?
Probably. I mean, I'm sure.
Or do you think
that's
he's
hair and makeup?
Do you think he's running in the negative?
No,
like,
I think he's hair and makeup. I think he probably rides like in a separate, like Trump.
You think that? But you know how cheap Trump is.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, no. While they're like all riding in like the Trump campaign bus or on the plane, he's like rolling in like a.
That's
90,
true. And Trump has
94,
probably like a black girl who does his hair.
Like a
it's
94.
So intricate.
Yeah. This guy, the Blacks for Trump guys, are in like a decaled out like 94 Astro van with like a fold out futon bed and like a built-in TV in the floor, you know what I'm saying? The center console.
And there's like a microwave in there.
And like Trump's paying for that, and that's how they're getting around. And I mean, yeah, those guys are
Trump
definitely
doesn't know
paid.
he's paying for that. He doesn't know.
Definitely paid. There's a lot of those fuckers that are paid. They're just crazy men.
No. Those guys are like, I think they probably paid him the day that because this is real, that they had to pay people off the streets the day that he announced in 2015 when he came down the escalator.
Golden escalator, yeah.
Yeah. So that crowd, those people off the streets, they probably brought in the Blacks for Trump before they were Blacks for Trump, paid him that day, and then they're like Milton in Office Space, where he just keeps getting a paycheck even though they thought they fired him.
Well, yeah, no, they probably brought him on in like 2015 or something,
and they forgot they were on the payroll.
It's like, look, I need black friends. I need more black friends. There's black people on apprentices here. They make me nervous. Bring me black people.
Omarosa.
Everybody knows I'm going to learn how to talk to them. I'm going to speak their language. I'm not going to get them. Bring them to me. Put them on the payroll, black friends, and then he has them.
I'm not talking an Obama black. I'm talking about a real black.
And then Apprentice gets canceled. Decide not to do that. He's doing his own thing, and then he chooses to run for president, and he's like, "Where are my blacks?" And then they show up. So they've probably been on the books since like 2015, 2014.
But nobody's told Trump that they're paying him.
No,
he just thinks he
forgot. He thinks that they're just there. He's like, "Yeah, these are my boys."
Yeah.
Like, dang,
dude,
these black guys love me.
Never tolerate paying a black person for multiple years.
These black guys love me. Look at this. They love me.
Yeah.
And then he walks up. He's like, "Do you speak for all blacks? Do you speak for every one of them?" And they're like, "Oh,
just the
of course,
good ones.
Of course, Mr. Trump, and we love you." And he's like, "See, he told me. Everyone knows now. The black guy told me they love me,
and they call me Mr. President."
Yeah, that might be what happened.
Because I still am.
But yeah, those guys are definitely paid, for sure.
No, I know that. I just wonder if Trump knows that.
Like how heavy on the book? Do they have like vision, dental?
Right. I'm saying Jerry curls,
like
I would imagine, are probably pretty expensive, and
it's like
so
a $10 copay for a doctor's visit. Like, like what's the setup? I mean, I hope it's a lot of travel. I hope you're taking care of it. I hope
they're getting Obamacare at least.
Hope they have something for definitely. They need something that
Trump's like, I will give you Obamacare, but it's terrible. I'll give you my replacement, which is nothing.
I'll give you the same one we provided for all of our students at Trump University. It was 0. It was you, boom, boom.
You actually got tetanus when you entered Trump University.
Boom, you pass go, you owe me $3,000. You're like, oh, this game sucks. But no, I hope they'd be getting some sort of benefits, PTO. Maybe there's like a company timeshare.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Company timeshare they can rent out at Mar-a-Lago, because that's a lot of traveling, man. That's a lot.
They were gonna give him paternity leave, but then like they realized he had like 15 illegitimate children, and he's like, "God, we can't afford that.
No, can't do it.
Can't do it."
He's a wild man.
You're like Antonio Cromartie. Way too many kids.
You're like Travis Henry, great running back for the Buffalo Bills. Too many kids. And Travis Henry was wild. He was paying some wild ass amount in child support when he was playing for the Bills. He had like 11 or 12 kids. And
my fantasy team, the one that I've been in the Dynasty League, the Keeper League, the League of Dorks, 16 teams for 13 years.
Yep.
I'm the only team that still has their original team name, and it's the Cromartie Kids.
That's pretty good.
I know. I came up with that myself. It wasn't something I didn't Google it, but it was because they did Hard Knocks that year with the Jets, and or whoever Cromartie was on at the time, and they asked him about his kids, and he has to sit there and he's using his fingers on his hands to go through all of his kids. He's like, I got 10-year-old, 9-year-old. 2 6-year-olds, and it was literally like he listed off 11 kids, and none of them were older than 10.
Yeah, it's wild. When I do fantasy football, my team name lately has been The Glove Fits, and then it's some sort of picture of O.J. Simpson for my team name.
Oh, hell
yeah. Right, but it's The Glove Fits, and then I'll do like the knife emoji or something.
Out here murdering white
and
women.
you can Jesus Christ, and you can find
hey,
come on,
Christ.
You don't gotta take it there.
I just meant he was great at running back.
Yeah, first got a rush for 2,000 in a season. Come on, the juice is loose. But
I bet he was drinking Sprite.
But there's some good pictures that like are photoshopped, or maybe they're just like before he spread his hand and make it look like the glove wouldn't fit. But it's like it
while
fit.
he was wearing
it like there's a picture where he's like got this smile, and it's like the glove is just like snug. You're like, damn, that glove fits perfectly.
Right, and the whole like, if the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't a freestyle. It was like, hey, you know what we could do? Fool him on the glove, hit him with a rhyme.
Oh, it was wild. I watched this thing where they talked about the O.J. Simpson trial, of course, and the way the blood transfers were, and how blatant, like a lot of so much of that blood was just fucking planted. It's crazy.
Yeah, the LAPD is
how blatantly obvious there's chemicals in it. They are only found in blood to keep it from clotting when it's stored for a long period of time. And that was found like on his sock, and it was like something that was like pressed up against it. It wasn't like a drip or like a splatter, or he grazed somebody bleeding. It was like pressed on there between two pieces. How you get these impressions? It was wild. And I mean, OJ probably did it, but
yeah, they fucked it up.
Yeah, they fucked it up
crime scene,
big time,
trying to frame him for something he did
on his mailbox.
Right.
But then they said that they like found his other shoe that had blood that didn't have that behind Kato Kalin's little like bungalow.
Shout out Kato.
Yeah, shout out Kato.
I'm trying to get a situation like that where I could live in some rich dude's guest house.
Yeah, and like his little bungalow but like they didn't. It was all tainted because it was blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
And then of course Furman being just blatantly racist and being like, I never say the N word. And I'm like, oh really? Because we have all of these instances.
They beat the shit out of Rodney King in '92. In Simi Valley, in Simi Valley out here. That's Reagan country. That's where the Reagan Library is. And then we had all the riots, the LA riots. So it's like the city was already on edge, and all those cops got off, and they were on video.
Yeah,
the shit out of them. So that playing like into it, I think also had a big deal. Plus, he's a celebrity, so that can overcome your race sometimes.
Big facts, big fats. But yeah, I mean, blatantly obvious that a lot of the big key blood evidence was planted. Pretty interesting.
Yeah. Fucking LAPD, dude. Liberal California?
Well, we
No,
talked
no.
about that before. How
I know
there's
they have like the gangs and
they have
shit,
like gangs in there and
but yeah,
shit.
but it doesn't matter because uniformly all the gangs are racist.
But everybody's like watched Training Day and shit like just way too many times, and they decide to be a cop, and they're like, "That's what this is gonna be like."
That's right.
You
That's right, man.
smoke that shit, rookie.
Yeah. This is my neighborhood.
I didn't know.
Y'all just live here.
I didn't know you like to get wet.
I know you like to. I'm surgical with this bitch.
That'd be funny if you could like trick him and give him a cigarette, and then it'd be like, "I didn't know you like to get wet," and you're like, "Oh, ho, ho, ho," and he's like, "What?" And you're like, "I'm just fucking with you."
Whenever I went to residential therapy when I was getting sober, people would be like, "Yo, so why'd you come?" And I would tell them that I sold my best friend's baby for angel dust.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, they're like, seriously? I'm like, yeah.
And what did anybody?
Yeah, what the fuck you do? What? Was
Did
you
I-
here for some marijuana?
Does anybody else talk to you after that?
Yeah, dude.
They're like, dude,
yeah,
that's
dude.
that angel dust baby kid, dude.
Yeah.
He's
Everybody's
great.
in there because they got red flags, man.
It's true.
Red flags or green flags for people where I was.
So somebody's like, "Oh, you sold a baby too?" You're like, "Oh,
Bro. Dude, what, like, well, I know with inflation, it was going for like a ounce of angel dust, but
it's got to be two now, right?" I mean, I figured.
well, I was like, but I was in Miami, so it's different out
Yeah,
there.
it's different. That's insane.
The dust to dollar ratio.
You
is
did not
different.
say that. You did not tell people that. You could not do that.
No, I swear to God, I did. Yeah,
And you would just stick with it?
yeah, just straight face them.
It's wild. You're a wild boy.
It was just fun. All right, as we do, 45 minutes in. Well, probably less than 45 minutes in because we had the timeout for my computer to resurrect like Jesus. Also, happy Mardi Gras.
Oh, yeah.
Recording this on Fat Tuesday.
Happy Fat Tuesday.
Are we allowed to say Fat Tuesday anymore in this PC culture of 2024? Like body celebration.
I think you can say Fat Tuesday. I don't know why you can't say Fat Tuesday.
Well, what if Tuesday got on the GLP-1 drugs, bro? Just on that Manjaro.
It'd be Ozzy Tuesday.
Ozzy Tuesday.
Ozempic Tuesday, dude. No
Yeah.
one's.
Do we have to give up shit for Lent anymore now that we have Ozempic?
Yeah, but I think you give up something else. Like food's kind of off the table. It'd be like social media or
I barely give up
cursing
for
or something like. But it'd be something like that. That's what most
shit.
people do.
Are you gonna give up something?
Probably not. I don't really celebrate Lent.
I was
so
thinking
I don't really
I was thinking about giving up the Catholic Church.
Okay, that's fair.
Too late.
Till Easter.
No, I gave that shit up a while. I never got confirmed, which is like the final process of your journey. Both my brother and sister did because they're sheep.
Confirmed.
I think I'm like the only one of my 40 cousins that was able to get out of getting confirmed.
Damn.
Yeah, 3 nuns, first cousins.
Damn.
Isn't that wild?
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's what I did the math. It was like
How many nuns are there? Like currently, how many active nuns are there in the U.S.?
Oh, I don't know. Not enough. Nuns be whoredactyls.
True.
They'd be slutty. Yeah. So 1 out of every 13 of my first cousins is a nun.
Yeah, I mean, if there's not that, like your family makes up like a good percentage of the nun population.
3 of them.
Three. That's more than average. That's above average. I guarantee you, the average of a nun per family is lower than, like, definitely lower than half a person. And you have 3.
I have 7% of my cousins are nuns.
Yeah, that's definitely
and I have 40 cousins.
That's like some nun 1%er shit, dude. You're
Yeah,
like
and also the
1%er.
majority of my 9 uncles were in the seminary to become priests. And so my mom had 3 brothers. They were in the seminary to become priests, and they would go and visit them, like the sisters, and they picked off a couple of the up and coming priests that left the seminary to get married and became my uncles. So none of my uncles are priests, but a lot of them tried to be priests out of high school.
We got scooped up.
They got scooped up by the puss.
Dang.
That Catholic puss, no condoms needed.
Jesus. That's right. Jesus.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Not wear a condom?
Or get divorced. You're stuck with me for life, or you're out of the church.
Yeah, that's true. None of them are divorced.
It's true.
All of them great marriages, no problems.
Of course.
Yeah, and is it a surprise that only 2 openly members of the LGBT community, but 3 nuns? Like that's ass backwards.
That's a good mix. That's all over the spectrum, from nuns to LGBTQ plus.
Right.
Ampersand.
Right, what other aspect of society is there a higher average of nuns than LGBTQ people? You know.
Yeah.
They probably coincide. I bet a lot of lesbian nuns out there.
Maybe.
Allegedly.
It's possible.
I'm looking at you, Mother Teresa.
Okay.
She'd have all of her bitches call her mother.
Okay.
Therapy question number 1. Joseph, would you rather run at 100 miles per hour or fly at 10 miles per hour?
Probably run at 100 miles an hour.
Really?
Yeah, flying at 10 miles an hour, you'd just be kind of cruising. That's not that fast.
But you don't have to adhere to like turns and roads, so you really.
Yeah, but 100 miles an hour, I could get to wherever I wanted to go pretty quick.
That's dangerous. You're not in a vehicle.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, but you get hit going 100. You hit something going 100, just your body, you're fucked. 100 miles an hour into like a stop sign, you're done.
Yeah, but then you could also be in the Olympics and just like rack up gold.
That's true. I guess you don't have to go 100.
You don't have to. You
can
can control how fast you're going.
Yeah.
So yeah,
maybe if I'm going to Vegas, I could. But dude, also running 100 miles an hour, like, wouldn't you gas the fuck out?
No, but you could do something where you like race a horse in a 100-meter dash.
That'd be tight.
And everybody would bet tons of money on it. Your odds to lose would be insane, and you would beat it, and you would know you'd win.
Yeah, but you'd have to be.
You'd bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself, bet a lot, because you could only get away with it like one time.
Yeah, well, maybe, because then there might be a rematch.
You'd have to get some like VC, some like angel investors to like really pad the.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot you could do.
Bookie.
Flying at 10 miles an hour will be cool. That's almost like more of like a novelty party trick. Like, I'm gonna go.
Going 100 miles an hour running. Racing a horse isn't a novelty.
I'm gonna go down the street, go a mile down the street to the corner store, and I'm gonna fly. I mean, that'd be tight, but it'd take you longer than it would to drive.
No, it wouldn't. Oh, to drive? No, it wouldn't.
10 miles an hour.
It could take you to go 10 miles in LA. Could take you an hour.
Well, yeah, in LA, out here in Texas, boy, where we got our roads figured out and we got them done good.
Okay, if I could fly, I'm not hanging out in Texas anyways.
Yeah, I'd be doing that.
So some asshole would be like, "Oh, it's a bird. Shoot it."
I'd rather run 100.
I'd rather be the only person ever that could fly.
It's not
Think
true.
about like you could just get out of danger too. Like if like some shit pops off, you just levitate above it. Yeah.
But if they have guns, they'll be able to hit you. You're only going 10 miles an hour. It's like this.
How fast do like ducks fly?
I mean, but ducks their acceleration's definitely better than 10 miles an hour, I'm sure. I'm not sure what the average speed of a duck is.
Yeah, right, dude. They can't even fly without like getting into a V and helping each other. Fucking dependent ass, bitch ass birds. Quack, quack. Get the fuck out of here.
Let's go, dude. We got to take down Trinidad and Tobago.
Alright, I'll fly, you run. We'll see who gets paid. Therapy question number 2. Would you rather continue with your life as it is now or restart it?
Life as it is now. There's too many undetermined factors if you were to restart everything.
Oh, I could have been fucked dead so many times. You know, like jailed. So many things could have gone just a little bit left, you know, that I dodged throughout my life. To restart it would be a fool's errand. Like the fact that I've made it here, like relatively unscathed, you know,
Yeah, I
is
mean,
is a miracle compared to how like much
yeah,
I pushed the limits.
yeah. I wouldn't want to roll the dice and figure out like being adopted. I do have that whole thing where it's like, what if I would have been not adopted or raised by my birth family, all those things. And I mean, I appreciate my perspective on life, the things that I've been through, what I've worked at and worked on to get to this point. That I wouldn't want to give away any of those things just to see what something else could be
Yeah,
like.
you definitely came on the on the more positive side of an adoption than a negative. You know,
Well, yeah.
you're in the top 50% at least
Mm.
of how things could have gone.
Oh no, I don't disagree. And like I said, but I appreciate my
But you
experiences.
restarting your life doesn't mean you would still wouldn't get adopted.
No, but I mean that. But what I'm saying is to not. Would I restart everything and forget? Let's say you forget everything and you just have
Yeah,
a refresh start on life. I probably wouldn't want to do that because I just
right.
don't because I don't know how I'd turn out.
Yeah,
And
same.
I like how I've turned out so far in the direction that I'm heading. So
Right.
I'd rather continue on this path and see where it leads than restart it and maybe have a completely different path that I don't like as much.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
I think if you had the ability to restart and remember from what you
Then
had before,
obviously,
no, then that might be worse. You might regret it even more because you knew you would remember how good you had it, and then you'd
well, no,
understand.
no. If you could remember that, then you would be able to remember a lot of things and then be able to like definitely rig the game to make your life better
Well, I'm just saying,
the second time.
even if that's not, let's say that's not possible. Let's say it's just, let's say whenever you're 50, you're able to, let's say this happens when you're 50, and you can either go back or continue. And when you hit 50, if you go back, the next time you hit 50, you remember everything from the previous 50. So you don't remember anything until you hit
Until
that,
50.
until 50 again. If whenever you did, I think a lot of people might regret
At least
swap.
50%.
Yeah, yeah. But I do think a lot of people would be frustrated that they chose to restart than seeing through the original.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
yeah, we're in good enough places to where there's no need to hit the restart.
No, yeah, definitely. But I mean, that's
But it is an interesting question. I
yeah.
mean, you know, maybe if you asked me that at different times of my life
Oh yeah,
in
yeah.
the past, I might have said, yeah, restart that.
Yeah, younger person, you'd be like, yeah, flip the switch right now. The closer to, I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like, you probably, like, you know, whenever you were, like, living out the car for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah, all that shit.
you're, like,
Yeah.
a little, probably, like, depressed.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not, like, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I know. I mean, no,
Not in the
definitely.
spot that you're in now.
No, definitely. I
And not
definitely.
knowing that you could get to the spot that you're in now,
No,
you know?
definitely, definitely. And but that's also like persevering through those times and being where I'm at now is why I appreciate those even
Yeah,
more.
for sure.
So that's kind of why I'm all like that's also why I wouldn't want to is I've reached a point to where I appreciate my mistakes and the lessons I've learned. So I wouldn't want to throw those all away, you know.
Right.
But
You appreciate them, and they weren't big enough mistakes to where they, like, fucked your life over.
yeah, I mean,
But they were mistakes that you were able to learn from because they weren't so devastating.
yeah,
So,
definitely, definitely, obviously, yes.
okay. Therapy question number 3. Would you rather reverse one decision you make every day or be able to stop time for 10 seconds every day? Reverse for me.
Yeah, probably reverse.
Because it's not like I'm like always like every day I'm making a decision I wish I didn't make, but it's like have like being able to do that. I think would be the benefits you would get would be exponential. You know, like just like if you went up into like holler at a girl and it like went poorly, but you're like, oh, had I just did this a little bit differently, it would have gone better. Just redo it. Like as an example, 10 seconds to pause is what am I gonna do with that?
Yeah, unless you're like stealing money from like the register at 7-Eleven when he opens it and you're just like
And
grabbing
you're just
it.
getting a head start. It's not
Then
even like you're like
yeah, like no,
able to like hide it.
yeah. Well, I mean, maybe 10 seconds is a long time, but that's about
Like,
all you could really do. You couldn't do anything cool with it. Wouldn't be sneaky. You'd be able to like go through a red light. It goes yellow, stop time, go through. But even then, I mean, everybody else has stopped. So like they're just
I think
gonna
it would just get
slam.
old like after a while.
Yeah, it would be a cool party trick that only you would know about.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Good for robbing people quickly.
Yeah, but reversing a one decision every day. I mean, you could like make a bet and hedge your bets on something. You could play the stock market crazy with that.
Yeah.
You could play crypto like that and make crazy money on crypto.
Yeah, just make a crazy bet. It doesn't work. Reverse it. Say I didn't make that bet.
Yeah.
Try it again the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be way more beneficial than stopping time for 10 seconds. And then what are we like fucking up like the Earth's rotation and shit? Like I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Butterfly effect, bro.
It's true. Ashton Kutcher taught us better.
Yeah. Final therapy question. Therapy question number 4. Would you rather experience the beginning of planet Earth or the end of planet Earth?
I think they'd both be very similar. The beginning of planet Earth would be super chaotic, while you would have answers to how the Earth was formed, so that would be cool. So maybe for that aspect, I'd like to see that. But the end of the Earth would be about the same as the beginning, like lots of explosions and crazy shit and destruction. And
I'd much rather be at the beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning of the Earth, so it's already formed.
or just life on Earth, or like the formation of the planet Earth.
Well, beginning of Earth, meaning Earth is formed and now it has begun.
Oh yeah, I'd rather see that than the end of it too. That'd be like
Think how
more
wild, like how cool the
inspiring.
Earth would be. Like,
all the weird shit you'd see.
untouched. Yeah, but also I think it took because I went to
Bigger,
the,
what was it? Higher oxygen levels, so the animals were huge, insects were massive.
at least at some point.
Yeah, like there was like a period of time where they were huge,
Right.
like big as fuck. They've been creepy as hell, like giant spiders and shit.
Yeah, but that's not how it started. It started with microscopic, whatever the fuck, amoebas.
True.
Yeah. But it also took the Earth. So the Earth's like 4 billion years old, and but like life on it is like only like a billion or something. It's because it took like the Earth like 2.5, 3 billion years to cool down after it was formed for life to then be able to exist. Fun fact, because I went to the Griffith Observatory on a date.
Oh,
months back.
okay.
Well, that is it for therapy questions, y'all. We are moving on to the current events, to the topics of the day here on Mardi Gras 2024, day before Valentine's Day.
I have a new like screen setup for the articles. Boom. It's much bigger, takes up the whole page, fills up, looks good. This looks nice. So there was and I mean, we haven't talked about these in a while. I swear there's some like constantly all the time. But there was a shooting at a Houston mega church, and the shooter had a history of mental illness, like a known mental illness, and was still able to go get a fucking gun. This church was Houston's Lakewood Church, which is the church of Joel Osteen. So,
Friend of the pod.
yeah, big friend of the pod. We're big fans of Joel Osteen and his hospitality and willingness to open his doors to people in need.
Also, open his walls to cash that he can hide in there.
Dude, that was still one of the craziest shits. We got no answers from that. I love how we got no answers. They
That's
just
right.
find like 650.
Yeah, they found $600,000 in cash hidden in the wall of Joel Osteen's church. The plumber found it.
Yeah, there's a leak in the wall. They bust the wall open, and there's a fucking stacks with $650K that was supposedly missing, and they don't know who put it in the wall. That wall was
Missing
finished.
from where?
Like, I don't know, his money broom, his money stack. I don't fucking know.
They're counting that legitimately.
I feel like he is, dude. Have you seen his building? That's
Well,
nice.
well, it's not. Oh, I thought you meant like that they're because they don't have to pay taxes. I forgot. I'm saying like they're not keeping track of how much like keeping account of the money so that they could be audited.
But that's
Is what
not
I'm
a
trying to
bad
say.
idea if you think about it. If you like cut a hole in the wall in like a handicap stall at like something like that, and then you were to make some sort of flap that was the same color of the wall that you could like remove it and lift it up and have access to it. And if there's a picture that hung up, you could hang a picture over it. You could stash that money in that spot slowly over time. But I don't believe. I mean, who has the time to cut a hole in the wall in a mega church bathroom to stash almost $1 million or over $500,000 in the wall and seal it up, finish it, molding. And this is Joel Osteen. This is I
It
don't.
was. I mean, it might have been a miracle. Uh,
This isn't this is I don't pay taxes Jesus mega church money. So this bathroom was a nice, dog, real nice. It had those little
when
fancy sticks in the oil that makes the room smell good. It's nice, dog.
PJ Miller and I got caught. Well, we were smoking a joint in the teacher's bathroom, and then we go to leave. And the teacher's bathroom is like a private solo bathroom. So I open the door to like a cracked when we go to leave, and there's two of the teachers are standing talking at the end of the hallway, and they see me, and I just close the door back, and then we're like shit, and then the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we hid the rest of the joint, the roach, in the service door of in the wall of the bathroom, and then our officer, was it Smith or whoever the fuck, yeah, he walks in, he goes, smells like cigarettes. And then I was the only one. They brought us all in the office, separated us. I was the only one who didn't admit it. I denied the whole thing, and I was the only one who didn't get alternative education program
Yeah, I remember that. That was
because
legendary.
my parents took me to the doctor after they picked me up that day, uh, and because I just denied it, and I passed a drug test, and so we brought the results of the drug test from the doctor to the meeting with the principal the next day, and PJ Miller had already had their meetings and got alternative education program for like 60 days, and we showed them that, and then they just couldn't give it to me because I just said I didn't smoke weed, and here's the blood test.
Yeah, you've
That
passed.
that's how that's when like that's shit like that like made me think I was like invincible and shit.
Yeah, I've seen you do some wild shit too.
Yeah, but it's
But
because I would get away with shit like that.
yeah, but back on top. I mean, I got away with some wild shit too, but you got away with some crazy shit. Um, yeah, this woman was taking medication for schizophrenia. Was a sweet and loving woman, but she had mental illness, real mental illness, and the family members seek protections, and they're not doing so for their own sake. I mean, I don't understand.
What was her beef? Did we know?
Investigators are still trying to determine why Moreno opened fire with a semi-automatic rifle at a popular mega church. Two people were injured, including Moreno's 7-year-old son, before she was killed by
Oh yeah, she brought her kid with her.
before
Uh,
she was killed by law enforcement.
you know what I said to my mom? I was like, "See, typical. Women need a man, to do their job for them.
Terrible.
You know, can't even do a mass shooting properly."
That's a really bad joke. I mean, this is fucking crazy, and this is what people have been talking about. Texas has no red flag laws. They've done more to reduce
Open carry, no permit.
Yeah, they've done more to to remove restrictions for people to own guns and walk around with guns unknowingly to other people. It's goofy. I see the dumbest shit. People wandering around, fucking marshals with their gun like hanging out. It's backwards, and you're like, dude, what are you doing? And most of the guys who are serious about that are like, oh, you would never know that I have it on me if I have
Right.
it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, there's no red flag laws. She was able to go in there, the schizophrenic woman, go purchase a gun, take her kid, run up to a mega church, despite what you think about Joel Olstein as a person. I mean, the whole purpose of a church is for there to people to go worship, practice their religion, whatever, whether it's a synagogue, a mosque, a church, whatever. Those places,
A Ponzi scheme.
yeah, but what I'm saying is that's where people
No, I
are,
agree. I agree.
people are at their most
Nobody,
vulnerable
yeah.
at these
Joel
places.
Osteen is a fucking douche charlatan tool, but he doesn't deserve to have some lady roll up and none
Yeah.
of the people that attend the church. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. It's like
that goes without
it's
saying.
any place of worship is where a lot of people are at their most vulnerable and
Right, it's
do
a sacred
people
sacred place.
and do a lot. Yeah, it's like Highlander, that's sacred ground. We don't sword fight here. You can't cut my head off here. You gotta leave me
Yeah,
alone.
unless you're Israel, then you can just bomb Jerusalem. It's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a totally different story. But here, most of the time, I mean, and now there have been some overreactions where people were upset with like some churches being closed or having to practice social distancing. But I mean, this isn't something new where people are going to churches, wanting to or trying to attack people at church. There's a guy in Texas who tried to run into a church and shoot somebody, and some guy and some old man in the crowd just stood up and shot this guy.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
I'm surprised that people aren't saying, because that happened too with this lady. She got shot by like a off-duty guy who was there at the church. I'm surprised people aren't like, see, the good guy with the gun stopped the bad guy with the gun. That's why we need more guns. Because that's always like what fucking
yeah, but I
Wayne
mean,
LaPierre at the NRA would say.
yeah, it's just wild that this woman is like a well-known,
Brought her kid
documented
with her to a
mental
mass shooting.
illness,
Like,
and she's just left to her own devices to go out and go purchase a firearm.
can't even afford a nanny with this inflation.
Yeah. She had a particular kind of schizophrenia that caused her to become violent. She threatened her husband, my own son, and we still couldn't get intervention. She confronted security outside the church around 2 p.m., and she believes she may have revealed the weapon to the guard, who was unarmed, forced her way in. She was wearing a trench coat and a backpack.
So call bunch shit.
That's ridiculous. Two off-duty officers, 28-year-old HPD officer and 38-year-old TABC officer. Damn, a TABC officer, both with less than 5 years in the service. They were the ones that fatally shot her. That's crazy. TABC, they go around and do like...
That Texas Alcohol Beverage Commission?
Yeah. Damn.
Your boy knows.
They do carry guns, though.
Of course they do. It's Texas. That happened. Also, we were going to bring up how the Republicans failed to impeach Mayorkas, the Homeland Security secretary, and then refused to pass the border security deal. Didn't you want to bring that up?
Wait, do what? Sorry, I'm reading. So this, what was that? I'm sorry.
I was talking about Mayorkas and the border deal.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that real quick, too. We can talk about that before we get into the next article, because that just happened, and then they passed the vote, right? Or they go to impeach him?
Well, they failed.
The first time, they're trying to do a second vote.
I didn't know about the second one.
Yeah, they're doing a second vote, man.
Because Steve Scalise was getting cancer treatment on the last one, so he wasn't there.
So he's back like the Undertaker. He's gonna sit up and choke slam it.
Yeah.
Does he make that big of a difference in that room?
Well, just because the vote, they lost by like 2 votes, and the thing is, I don't think he would have made the difference, to be honest. But I think that they think they could convince some other people to flip, but because they kicked out George Santos and because they kicked McCarthy out of being the speaker and he just resigned, so they only had a 4-person gap. Now it's only a 2-person.
Yeah, they're down bodies for sure.
Yeah. And the Democrats just took Santos' seat tonight. So.
And I don't know if you noticed this or saw this, but George Santos, America's sweetheart, was photographed most recently with the Southlake mayor. The mayor of Southlake was hosting a function,
which is Joseph and I's hometown in Texas,
and had George Santos there.
That's amazing.
It's incredible.
Welcome home, buddy. Welcome home,
dude. Wild.
76092 George Santos and a dragon too.
Yeah, let's go. George Santos and a cartel murder too.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Yeah, at our town square, like the bougiest place.
You know, they caught those guys in Mexico.
They killed a cartel member just in broad daylight.
It was a cartel lawyer. So what it was He fled and came to the States, was hiding out here. He used to be a cartel lawyer and was a lawyer up here. They tracked him down. He went to go to Starbucks, and when he pulled into the Starbucks in South Lake Town Square, they pulled up on him and blocked the back of his car in. And then two masked guys got out, walked around to the front, shot him through the front windshield with his wife in the car sitting next to him, left her alone, got in the car, took off. They caught those guys like 12 or 13 years later in Mexico.
Been that long?
Yeah, like they were gone for it's been a long time since that happened. But they were
I felt like it was like only like 5 years ago or something.
no, it was way longer than that. But
It's been a while.
they caught those guys maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But this happened a while ago, and yeah, they never found.
Usually the cartels don't fuck around like that. Like they keep the violence on the other side of the border. You don't want to fuck up the money. But anyway, so they failed to impeach the Homeland Security Secretary, Mayorkas, which was stupid for them to even do in the first place, because then it has to go to the Senate, and you have to get like 67 votes in the Senate to convict somebody.
Yeah.
2/3. So, and the Democrats have a majority in the Senate already, and none of them are going to vote for this bullshit. So it's a big waste of fucking time. The fact that they're trying to do it again, it's like, why? Like, and when you ask Republicans on what grounds are they impeaching him, they're like high crimes and misdemeanors. It's like, okay, but which ones? And they don't have it. It's like a policy difference. It's not a crime.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the Republican, Langford, senator out of Oklahoma, worked for 3-4 months on this bill, bipartisan with the Democrats in the Senate, created this bill, gives Republicans every fucking thing that they've ever asked for in the last 25 years.
For the border?
Yeah, for the border. Since first day of George Bush coming in, the compassionate conservative. Everything that they've ever wanted, like, not even since the beginning, like shit that they've added on because they got crazy with Trump. There was funding for a border wall in this deal. And the Republicans tanked it, their own bill, because they thought that would give a win to Joe Biden in an election year. And Trump said he wanted to run against the border. The same border that Republicans and Fox News are calling an invasion and national security risks. Terrorists are coming through the border. We have to shut it down. Here's the bill. Biden said, as soon as you pass this bill, shut down the border that day.
Impeach Mayorkas because he's not doing anything about the border, but don't pass the bill. And then they did pass a $96 quadrillion bill for funding for Ukraine, Israel, everything but the border.
Okay, that's right, because those two things should never have been linked anyways. The Republicans said the only way that they're going to continue funding Ukraine so they don't get fucking murdered and raped by Russia. The only reason, why, Ukraine used to have nuclear weapons when the Soviet Union broke up, and we told them to give them up. We convinced Ukraine to give up the nukes and said we would protect them, instead. Okay, so when we said that to them, that's why we have an obligation here, amongst 1,000 other reasons. Anyways, they said the only way, why should we give Ukraine money when we can't even protect our own border? So they tied it to the border deal, and then we got them a border deal, and then they wouldn't do it. So then they're like, okay, well then we're not tying it to a border deal if you guys won't even fucking vote for it. Yeah, it's not like they voted for it and it didn't pass. Well, the Senate they did, but in the House they wouldn't even put it on the floor. But so that's why they did it. The Senate just passed a separate deal to fund Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan. But MAGA Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, said that won't even get a vote in the House. Because he's a Russian fucking stooge, just like Trump is.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
Did you see that the Russians are using Starlink?
Elon's denied giving them access to terminals.
Yeah. That's another Russian stooge.
Oh.
Which makes no sense.
But there's a lot of Russian stooges. Okay, can we talk about this before we do the other ones? I don't know why I didn't. Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this?
In the interview, Putin said that it was Poland's fault for getting invaded by the Nazis that started World War II. It's like Germany was trying to work with Poland and they just stopped working with them, so they had to invade them. And that's like his premise of why he invaded Ukraine. You know, he was trying to work with Ukraine, and they just became belligerent, so he had to invade them and kill them all. Like so that he's saying shit like that, like in the interview with him, like it's insane, dude. You know, like Russia loves, you know, like kidnapping or incarcerating our journalists.
Yeah.
Incarcerate Tucker Carlson while he's there.
No, they love Tucker Carlson over there.
I know, but put him in jail. We won't negotiate.
But
for him.
what? So what do you think about people talking about putting sanctions on Tucker Carlson for interviewing?
No, that's
Putin?
ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Dumb.
Christiane Amanpour has been trying to interview Putin since the day one of the invasion. He just won't give her the interview. It's not like nobody's tried to interview Putin. You know, she interviewed Bin Laden when we were looking for him.
Yeah.
You know, or yeah, I think she did interview him. But if we were looking for him,
it might have been before we were looking for him.
Yeah, because he was like on our radar before. But yeah, she should be up in those caves interviewing Terrys for sure.
Facts.
So yeah, that's something Russia would do, is put sanctions on a Russian journalist.
It's so wild, and of course Elon's all about it. And then whenever that gets posted on Twitter, it's people being like, "See, it's the West that's the problem."
Yeah, because Putin said so.
Because Putin said we're the problem. See, he only wants peace. It's the America that wants war. It's America that's out for blood.
Yeah, Ukraine didn't invade itself. Ukraine didn't buy thousands and thousands of suicide drones from Iran so they could send them into apartment buildings. Ukraine didn't buy millions of rounds of ammunition and ballistic missiles from the fucking North Koreans. Okay, like that's Russia doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's perplexing, and it's like,
at least Ukraine's gonna get money because they need it. We need it. It's gonna cost us trillions and trillions of dollars if we let Russia take Ukraine. Trust me.
True.
We've already spent trillions and trillions of dollars on our military specifically to check Russia. Now we're able to check Russia without putting a single American troop on the ground. Let's do it. For what, like 10% of our annual budget?
Article number 2. What the fuck is TEMU? It's true. There's
figured it out.
But there's tons of articles. There's an article I found by Time Magazine from 2022 talking about TEMU, and a lot of people are like,
Are you asking this because it was a Super Bowl commercial?
Well, no, but a lot of people now are like, oh, for some reason people, I don't know, 99% of my fucking YouTube ads are goddamn shop like a billionaire TEMU bullshit. But a lot of people just
so they targeted you so hard that you're now talking about it.
I've never bought it.
Usually
I never bought
about
anything.
it, and then all of a sudden the ads pop up.
I've never
You
bought
got the
anything.
ads pop up to make you talk about it.
I think it's
the Chinese are so good, dude. They're not gonna pay us to advertise. They're gonna incept your mind. So now we're advertising for them for free.
Did they Leonardo DiCaprio me?
Yeah.
They Inception to me?
Yeah.
Shit.
Christopher Nolan, all in your shit, dude.
But
It's
Super Bowl viewers,
just like they got Gen Z rooting for Hamas, but like on TikTok.
but they had a shit ton of commercials doing the Super Bowl. Those ads are really expensive, and they ran a ton.
$6-7 million each.
Yeah, it's second place on the free app store on Apple devices right now.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked. I mean, they what they say, it's $250,000 per what? I don't know. It's some absurd per like 2 seconds, 5 seconds on.
Well,
Super
I think
Bowl.
it was $6 or $7 million per 30-second spot. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's something absurd.
so that's
like
500,000 per.
that. And they had like minute-long ads.
Per 10 seconds, so 250,000 every 5 seconds.
TEMU has faced concerns over customer dissatisfaction, data risks, lacks oversight over potential use of forced labor in its supply chain. TEMU did not respond to the comments. They said they have zero tolerance for forced labor, adding that it's taken measures to ensure compliance with the U.S. law issue. So this is like an American
That's the Uyghurs.
So that
That's the million Muslims that China has in a concentration camp. Is what they're talking about. They make them work.
and making them make things for Temu.
Yeah, and they're like people were worried that they were making shit for Nike and Apple too, which they might be.
Yeah, in a statement in the Time 2002 about its operations, the company said its low prices are made possible by a deep network of merchants, logistic partners, established ecosystem built over years. Temu is a United States-based offshoot of a Chinese e-commerce giant called Pinduoduo, which boasts one of the country's most popular apps, selling a wide range of products to more than 750 million users each month in 2002. Temu mimics the business model of its sister company. So it's an American subsidiary of a Chinese company. So it's the parent company's.
That's what TikTok is.
Yeah.
They don't let their kids on real TikTok in China. It's like a different.
So are we
different
getting
version.
knockoff Temu?
We're getting we're getting like the here, fuck them over if you want, Temu. You know, in China they're like, you're not gonna fuck any of us.
Yeah, it's got the standards to be on the app.
The TikTok,
so
like the TikTok in China, it's like teaching their kids like math.
Yeah.
Here it's like it's like Bin Laden letters.
Offering just about everything at discounted prices. Even more customers can earn store credit for promoting the company on social media or playing games hosted on the website. A 4-pack of Oprah-style reading glasses costs $13.97. A men's collared shirt bearing an American flag, $8.90. Pair of hook earrings, $3.14, according to the website. Since many of Temu's suppliers operate overseas, the company offers standard shipping times up to 23 days. Temu says it's on the website. Express shipping, which costs an extra $12.90, promises delivery within 12. Since local carriers,
and they don't have to worry about going through the Red Sea because the Houthis don't fuck with the Chinese.
Yeah, and the Better Business Bureau slapped Temu with a C+ rating, noting 1,625 customer complaints closed in the past 12 months. Since it's privately owned, the company
C+
does not
for China.
regularly disclose details about its performance, such as its scale and revenue, because it's a privately owned company. That's wild. I mean, it's taken over, man. Temu's blown the fuck up. People buy coats on Temu. I know people who buy all sorts of shit. I saw some weird ass reel the other day. This black woman was complaining that she dropped her wig and it was nice because she bought it on Temu. I'm not even kidding. Temu's everywhere, bro. Have you ever looked on there? You can find some wild stuff.
No, I've never been on Temu. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a fucking emu for an insurance company.
Well, that's the Limu emo.
There's a. I was like seeing if the Temu was like publicly traded. Morgan Stanley has a Temu X, pathway to emerging markets, but I don't know if it's the same thing. Like, I don't know if like you can like invest in that, and that way you don't have to go onto the Chinese exchange, but I don't know, bro.
American consumers should know that there is an extremely high risk
American consumer.
American consumers should know that there is a extremely high risk that Temu supply chains are contaminated with forced labor. I mean, yeah, but I think that's a lot of stuff that comes out of there because they utilize that, and American companies are incentivized to utilize that to increase their profits.
Oh, yeah, you just told me it was a privately owned company, so obviously it's not traded on the stock market.
No, so they don't have to share what their sales are, their revenue, their overall performance. It's a mystery, but they're making crazy money. There's no way they're not. Especially with everybody trying to save money, given how things have been. It's almost like the pandemic allowed. What if COVID was started to bring Temu here? Think about that.
Yeah. Pinduoduo, the parent company.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're publicly traded.
What's their?
Uh, they generated 383 billion in 21.
I wonder what they're doing in America with TEMU. I'm telling you, bro. People spend like $100 on TEMU, and you get tons of shit. But I've seen people get like half of their stuff not be correct, and it's so cheap that it's almost easier to just not send it the fuck back.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, that's like Amazon, right?
Yeah, kinda. But it's so cheap. Amazon can be a little pricey. It's so cheap.
Amazon is? Oh, just I. Oh, Timu.
Timu, you can get Oprah glasses for $13. Come on, man. You know if you go down to Lens Crafters, those are $39.99. And I'm sorry if you're like purchasing stuff and giving them their information, and you're worried about data breaches for a Chinese-based company. It's the same thing with TikTok. Like, yeah, they're paying attention to the weird shit you buy on Timu.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah,
TikTok. It's not. They're paying attention to you. It's that they're putting their thumb on the scale and fucking your algorithm up with shit that's like anti-American.
yeah. Subversively anti-American. You don't realize
Not
it
even not well. Some
till
of
it's
it's
too
subversive.
late. Till it's
Yeah.
too late.
And to the your Gen Z out there just rooting on Bin Laden and Hamas on the streets like an asshole. TikTok told me so. Uh, what's PDD? We'll just call it the parent company of Temu. PDD.
Yeah.
Market cap 175 billion.
Jeez.
That's a little bit. It's not.
Jeez.
Yeah. Microsoft just hit 3 trillion. Okay.
Yeah, but 175 billion. Jeez.
It's nothing.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like Mercedes.
Next article. I mean, we talked about this briefly. It was under Odd Stories, but now they've solved the mystery. Man arrested for Jackie Robinson statue theft. Intended to sell it for scrap metal. How are you going to steal a metal statue of Jackie Robinson and you're just going to scrap it?
That was his plan.
That was his plan. Wichita police have made an arrest and formally charged 45-year-old man with the theft of the Jackie Robinson statue from the league's 42 youth baseball facility in McAdams Park. They said suspect Ricky Aldirte stole the statue to sell it for scrap metal. If you try to take something from this community, it won't tolerate it. Okay, about the community, I guess they're all together in this.
Yeah.
He was arrested for felony theft, aggravated criminal damage of property, identity theft, and making false information on Monday. He was scheduled to make his first court appearance on Tuesday. It was found destroyed and on fire in a dumpster in Garvey Park, 7 miles south from where it was stolen. How are you going to sell it for scrap if you're setting it on fire? This occurrence should not have happened. We were all baffled and even talking earlier about why someone would do something like this. I wonder why. Hopefully this is a testament to all those who think they can do something like this in the future.
Do you think he actually wanted to sell it for scrap metal, or he's just saying that to avoid like a hate crime?
Yeah, I think he's trying to be like, oh, it had nothing to do with him being black. I'm pretty sure that's in here. I'm like, what? Surveillance video of the theft shows 3 people were originally involved. While the statue is not salvageable, the league is working on replacing another one. The statue is valued at $75,000.
But scrap metal isn't, so that's probably another thing. He's like, I didn't steal $75,000.
It's probably heavy as fuck, dude. Got it 7 miles. Did that what they said? 7 miles at Garvey Park. Yeah, you didn't make it that far. If you were dragging that shit or driving in a car,
7 miles dragging the statues.
Well,
far.
you probably put it in a car. If there's 3 of y'all,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It was probably like scraping the
back
fucking
of our truck.
Yeah, scraping
back of our Cybertruck wouldn't fit.
Back of your fucking Ford Ranger, and it's just like scraping and putting sparks everywhere, and you're like, just drop it, man. But the fact that, and then you found it on
my baby truck
smoldering in a fire in Garvey Park. Like, obviously, this is. I mean, how is this not racially motivated?
I mean, obviously it is, but if it's not a real human, is it still a hate crime?
And that's such a random thing to steal a fucking statue for scrap metal.
It's obviously not for scrap metal. That's just
The
what he said.
picture of it's kind of
Stop
funny.
pretending like that's what was happening.
But hey, that's what he said, man. That's what Ricky said. You gotta take him at his word.
And Ricky ain't never tell a lie.
The pictures
except for
of
he's
it,
charged with lying.
the picture of it, yeah, way more too. Like
Exactly.
felony theft, damage of property, identity theft, making false information. Like he's
Yeah.
he's this
Yeah,
like
we can't trust anything he
this
says.
Ricky spinning tails out there, dude. Where'd you
Yeah,
get
he
that
is,
statue?
dude.
I found it, man.
Pretty Ricky.
Bought it at a garage sale. But the pictures of it are kind of funny. It's not because it's, you chopped down a Jackie Robinson statue, but he chopped it down like at the shoes. So where it is, it's just like these metal, old school baseball cleats, and that's it. Because he chopped it off at the bottom of the ankle to steal the statue. He didn't like rip it out. He chopped the feet off.
So the shoes are still there.
Yeah, the shoes are still there, and the statue's been gone, and it's just these like two little boots.
Watch my shoes, baby.
Yeah, real expensive. And what else is it? Donations poured in $300,000 in money in donations. This next statue about to be fucking lit, dude.
Ooh, it's gonna have bling on it, bro. He probably had a bottle of cognac.
Maybe it was around then.
Jackie Robinson got it from his dad, who came back from France.
What's funny is I think they've used Jackie Robinson like as like the Hennessy commercial, because it's always like a boxer or somebody. It's like Pacquiao or it's somebody. But I could have,
I thought those were like Tecate commercials.
Or no, Pacquiao was it for a while. The Wild Rabbit. I always got some shit. And I think at one point, they used like Jackie Robinson like in a commercial. Like he was a trendsetter. He broke the mold.
They're like, dude, what's like the most iconic black person we could think of? Jackie Robinson. Put him in the Hennessy commercial.
Rosa Parks.
Jackie Robinson's
That would be good.
his name and likeness to Hennessy.
Rosa Parks Hennessy
I guess
commercial.
he wasn't making big checks back then.
Like Rosa Parks Hennessy commercial. She's like sitting down
Harry
pouring
Tubbs.
up and refuses to move from the seat of the bus as she's pouring one up. Like I'm not
She's
moving.
so drunk.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
She's all wasted. And then Harry Tubman comes on and buys a bottle with her own 20.
Yeah, no, that would be terrible. She's making her way, and it's like the Underground Railroad was actually just her and her homies like making runs.
That's why. That's why she gave every one of them a bottle of cognac as she
let them go. She's like, "This is for you. Get started in the new world."
Yeah, that was how she did it. Yeah, she gave away. It's like Amazon, how they didn't make a profit for a while. She gave away a lot of free cognac, but now here we are, 150, 160 years later, and all the black people are addicted to it. Drake says
Jesus Christ.
Drake said that what did he say? It's got control over it. It's like a dominatrix, dude.
Dude, that's so wild.
Dude, can somebody get Drake a safe word, dude? Did you see his dick in that video?
No, I didn't see the video. I think
I heard he was packing.
Heard it's wild, dude. Like
dude, I was thinking when I heard
arm.
that, like if I was a celebrity, I would definitely get some like AI Photoshop leak thing of like where it's like it doesn't even look humanly possible how big my dick is in the video. Once you get that rumor, is there a better rumor about you, like as a celebrity? Like Liam Neeson, legendary big dick, and he just loves it. He owns it. When people ask him about it, he's just like, yeah.
So it's fat as fuck. Drake posted some quote where it's like, "I wasn't hiding my dick from the world. I was hiding the world from my dick."
He said that.
Yeah.
Hell
he tweeted that out. I was like,
hell yeah.
Nice. Stay true, King. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Jackie Robinson has been found smoldering in Garvey Park in a non-hate crime copper theft. So
allegedly.
So keep an eye out.
It was copper. I didn't know that.
No, I don't know. I was just thinking of something. No one's like, you don't hear a lot about a lot of bronze thefts. Hey, you guys, lock down your sconces on the outside of your house. Someone's been stealing bronze. Like that doesn't...
Yeah, no, copper theft is real because somebody stole copper when my dad was implementing all the fiber optics for Verizon out here. Yeah, it was like copper wiring. So somebody like stole a bunch of copper from them one time, I remember.
Oh yeah, that's a thing, and you can get a shit ton of money for it.
A lot of copper in pool plumbing back in the day. Turns your pool green. Statue of Liberty, made out of copper.
Dang, dude, talk about a lick. That's what we got to do. We got to scrap the Statue of Lib, dude.
Scrap it.
Just get like a big.
Speaking of the French, just giving us shit.
Get like a big toe or something, dude. When are we gonna?
Give us
When
the
are we
Statue of
gonna?
Liberty and cognac.
When are we gonna clean that bitch up too? Now that I think about it, we should let freedom ring.
By the time you got it clean, it would already be turning green again. It would be a feckless.
I don't know, man. I've seen like a lot of cool shit happen with OxyClean. I think if you just got a bunch of hoses, fire
You get
truck,
Billy Mays there, R.I.P.
the ghost of Billy Mays shows up. He just knocks it out.
Yeah.
You got the sham.
Do you think Billy Mays died because he got tainted cocaine from?
No, he got
Mike Lindell.
No, but he died because he got hit in the head by a piece of luggage on an airplane,
That's
then went to sleep.
But he did coke, right?
No, you're talking about the ShamWow guy.
ShamWow. Oh,
The slap chop dude, the bikini, fettuccine, linguine.
Right. That shit slaps.
That guy who like got arrested for beating up like an adult entertainment prostitute, supposedly.
I mean, who amongst us hasn't?
And that's like that kind of did him in, but he was making a climb, man. He had the ShamWow, and so they still show his commercials, which is kind of cringe because that means they're probably still paying him. At least he's getting money on his books.
Getting those checks, baby.
Have that ShamWow money.
Yeah,
they're
getting
like
those checks, like that C check plus that TEMU got.
Do the bit again. You're so cute when you do it. He's like, okay. He's like fettuccine linguine.
Yeah, see, he was on the Hunter Biden crack.
Probably. He looked a little tweaky. He looks tweaky.
Yeah. Mike Lindell crack will turn you Christian and MAGA. But
Mike Lindell crack will get you. Will be so good. It'll make you go sober, become a billionaire selling pillows, and throw it all away on trying to prove an election's fake, and then get back on crack. That's how good that shit is. You'll get your life so together. You'll inspire other WT to go out there and try to make their.
You'll do the opposite of hit rock bottom, only to go and hit rock bottom.
Yeah, I mean he's that guy. Way. He's the guy trying to like the tweaky guy trying to sell you a pillow in the parking lot. And he became a billionaire.
Was it really a billion?
Yes. And probably distribution deals and stuff. Yeah, the overall estimated value is probably $1 billion. And when he's in every Walmart, all that stuff, it means Walmart's buying that up. It means they're buying your back stock and keeping their warehouse full of your shit. You can't get any bigger than that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen Shark Tank.
Yeah.
I know about those big box retailers.
Big box. Big box. Big flop.
Very competitive space, limited space.
Last thing, I guess this was, out of the Tucker Carlson and all that stuff, least impactful, but Republicans play cleanup on the aisle after Trump, former president's NATO comments. He made comments at a speech talking about how if people don't pay their share into NATO, that he wouldn't support them if they were invaded by Russia. And then he continued.
In fact, he would encourage Russia to do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, later.
He's such a fucking idiot because nobody pays into NATO. That's not how it works. The agreement is that you'll spend 2% of your nation's GDP on your nation's defense. That's the agreement. So he has it confused. There's no NATO dues, There's nobody collecting. It's we just want you to spend 2% of your GDP on your own defense, so that if shit hits the fan, that you have at least a base of protection yourself.
Yeah, well, he's saying if you don't pay, give me your lunch money. I'm gonna let Russia come invade you, and I'm not gonna help them or do anything because they're not paying their dues, and that's.
Yeah, did you know the Congress passed a law recently? Since Trump's been out of office, saying that that a president can't leave NATO without congressional approval.
Good.
But that doesn't matter because the chilling effect already, like him saying that he won't come to their aid, is in effect kills Article 5. Doesn't matter if we're still a part of NATO. If the commander-in-chief of the largest army in NATO is saying that they won't honor the agreement of NATO, then it's effectively dead.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, he's gonna be shit like that is gonna make billionaires not want him to be president because it's gonna fuck up the money when you're fucking up with the Western Alliance, the most successful fucking peace agreement in the history of mankind. 75 years. It's worked every time. Only time that they've ever invoked Article 5 was for the United States when we were attacked on 9/11.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, I don't know what his end game is, and then
I
just
know,
say,
but he's
yeah, do
like,
whatever the hell you want.
I know. I just wish Americans actually gave a fuck about foreign policy, and then they would be horrified about that statement.
Like what it actually means on the world stage, and to all these other players that
I
make
heard a
art.
British, yeah, I heard a British woman say the other day that everybody in the world should have a vote in the American presidential election, because like they just have to sit here and just watch Americans, elect George W. Bush for 2 terms or Trump for possibly a second term. They're just like have to deal with the consequences.
Yeah. The statements of
He's not
all.
gonna make it, dude. I'm telling you that this election won't be close by the time we get there.
You don't think so?
He's gonna disqualify himself 1,000 times, and if he doesn't get convicted by then, there'll be 1,000 other reasons why people just can't do it. He doesn't have any policies, like it's like when they're like Nikki Haley's like it's his campaign's all about him. That's true. It's like once that like thought crosses some of these independents, moderates, is like heads, once they realize, oh yeah, like why would I vote for Trump? He's not even like saying like he would do anything for there's no like idea. Like at least last time he was like build the wall, drain the swamp, which he didn't accomplish either. He's not even saying anything like that now. He's just like
He's
I'll arrest Democrats.
He's openly, and that's why a lot of these things are probably leaking out, but openly being like, no, kill the bill for the border.
Yeah.
I want to run on it. And they're saying, well, he's saying he wants to run on it. And you have Republicans openly saying that in defiance because they're pissed off that they're not doing anything about it.
Right.
And they're not working on any legislation.
Yeah. And trust me, I'm not fooled. That is a cynical Republican move that the Republicans would have done since Nixon. Nixon secretly negotiated with the North Vietnamese and told them not to make a deal with LBJ to end the Vietnam War because they'll get a better deal with Nixon. That's what like Republicans are shady as fuck. So for them to purposefully not pass a border deal, the one that they want because it's a good issue, I believe. But for them to say it out loud is where they fucked up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is some of them not even playing any games are just pissed off. That's been the most.
So that's the new part.
Like some of them are just fed up with not doing anything at all and just treading water. So they're speaking out and saying what's being said behind closed doors. But Trump also says it openly that he's like, I don't want them to do that. It's crazy.
Like during the Benghazi hearings with Hillary Clinton, the Benghazi hearings, the longest time of an investigation in the history of the United States was Benghazi, longer than 9/11. And nothing happened, right? But McCarthy, when they asked him about it, this is before he was Speaker of the House, he was just a leader in the Republican Party in the Congress. He's like, they're like, so like, how long is this, Benghazi thing is going to go on? He goes, look, he's like, have you seen Hillary Clinton's polls? Because she was running for president. Have you seen her polls? They're down because of this. And that was why they were doing the investigation, was to fuck Hillary's chances up of getting elected. They knew that she wasn't responsible for anything that happened. So he said the quiet part out loud, and everybody flipped. They're like, fucking McCarthy. It's like, we all knew that, but they would never say shit like that out loud. But now with Trump, it's just like, it's all out there.
Just
and
say
so it doesn't work if you say it out loud, because you're trying to fool, like older white people who don't pay attention to this shit. You're trying to, like, who watch Fox News. You're trying to fool them. But when you say it out loud, and people at Fox News really believe that we should stop immigration. There's Republicans who really believe it.
Yeah.
It's just like abortion. Like, they use it as a political issue, but then you use it as a political issue so long that you're gonna get people who would really believe in banning abortion into office, into the Supreme Court, and they're gonna actually ban it. And then you're fucked from it. And then the politics don't work anymore.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah. They're too good at messaging that they get the shit that they don't actually want, that they want to like use as message, like as a political issue, and And so then they don't know what to do. They're like, oh wait, we didn't actually want to do this. We like having cheap immigration. Immigrants come in, pay into Social Security, but never take the benefits. We love that.
Yeah.
We just didn't want to tell you that. We just want to blame brown people for your problems. That's what it is. That's what fascists do. They pick a minority and they say they're the cause of your problems.
Yeah. It's not us or anything you're doing. It's all
it's
them.
not your fault. It's those people. And I'll help you get rid of those people to fix your problems. And that's why you should give me authoritative power. That's how it works. Yeah.
Well, he'll be a dictator for a day, remember?
No, see, that's what people didn't watch when he said that. When he said, except for day one. Meaning, like, I won't be a dictator, except for starting day one, I will be. That's what he was really trying to say. It was just, like, off the cuff. And people were like, oh, he was saying only on day one, which is still bad. It's like, no, he was saying he's going to start day one.
Yeah. It won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
Exactly.
Well, that's it for articles.
His anal lube was out the tube. You can't put it back
in. Any deep inspirational words?
Just today was just a beautiful day. Life is good. I've got like 4 dates lined up. I've just been going ham on the dating apps now that your boy's that liquid can afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Live your best life. Back out there.
That's
playing it up, playing the field.
The pool boy
Cecil Fielder back out there.
Ham. I'm Prince. Son.
Okay.
Up and coming. The prodigal.
Okay. Is that it? That's all you got?
Meditate, motherfuckers.
Well, that's episode 126. What the fuck is TEMU? Like, follow, subscribe. We always appreciate y'all coming by.
I'm gonna change the title for the audio. I can't be like putting TEMU in the fucking title without like a sponsorship deal.
All right, you do you.
Always click it on the TEMU.
Yeah, but no, we just appreciate it. Like, follow, subscribe, check us out. We appreciate it. We'll be back next week as always. Be good, be safe, stay out of trouble, be nice to people because it's the right thing to do. And as always, go fuck yourselves.
And show us your titties with H&B. Happy Mardi Gras. Shout out.
Oh, Mardi Gras.
Recording stopped.
Peace.